Welcome class. Here comes the part of the year that always makes me a little bit sad, but also super proud at the same time. It is called Energy Internships. I have partnered you up with a scientist mentor who will teach you about energy, while at the same time allowing you to experience real-world scientific work. You will follow your mentor's lead and compile a digital portfolio. You need to mark down all that you learn and do during your internship. That's the happy part. The sad part is I won't be seeing you, because I too need to go away for training. I trust that you will all do your best.
4 individuals entered and shook Ms. Lagrange's hand. Amelia listened as Ms. Lagrange explained each of the mentors' professions. There was a spaceship designer, zoologist, a chemist, and an inventor. Mika got paired with the zoologist. Gil teamed up with the spaceship designer. Ulza got the chemist, and Amelia was paired up with a tall woman whose eyes were glued to a tablet in her hand. After a sad goodbye, all the students followed their mentors to the metro stations. Well, all except for Amelia and her mentor. Her mentor was feverishly typing on the pad when Ms. Lagrange approached her.
Still focused on your creations, Dr. Samira?
Ah yes, Professor Lagrange. You know my life is packed with ambitions. There is never enough time for it all.
Professor.
Oh yes, your teacher here was once a professor at the most prestigious university in the cosmos. She prefers to teach children though. Personally, I think children are incredibly exhausting. You will be a good girl, won't you?
Thanks for doing me this favor.
Professor Lagrange, my skills of invention have come a long way since my undergrad days. Come along, Amelia. The first lesson you need to learn to be an inventor is, you don't have to do things the same way they've always been done. Inventors always look for the better way. Watch how Dr. Samira chooses to travel.
Remember, Dr. Samira, that the goal is to teach her about the different types of energy.
Of course, and she will never forget it. If you don't mind stepping through.
Dr. Samira pressed the switch and stepped through the portal and disappeared.
I'm scared of this lady.
Don't worry. I partnered you with the right one. Trust me.
I'm going to miss you.
You too, dear. But this internship will be over before you know it, and things will go back to normal.
Amelia stepped forward and went through the portal. She couldn't believe her eyes when she stepped into Dr. Samira's laboratory. There were interesting devices all around the room. Flying drones, different kinds of robots, and assembly lines in the background. There was also static electricity and flashing lights.
Wow. Wait, what are those words in the smoke? All ideas are bad until inventors make them good. Every wasted moment is an invention lost. An inventor sees the value of a healthy imagination.
Welcome to my studio, where all of my ideas are turned into real inventions. All of my inventions are the result of hard work, and with quantum computers and artificial intelligence, ideas are being scooped up by other studios faster than chocolate ice cream at the shop. A moment wasted is an invention lost, I always say. Now where was I?
You were talking about your inventions, Dr. Samira.
Yes, they all use energy to work. You will need to learn the different forms that energy can take.
Yes, ma'am.
Energy is the ability to do work. All of this work being done uses energy.
I think I understand.
MELTS.
Sorry, what do you mean MELTS?
The 5 types of energy can most easily be remembered as MELTS, or M for mechanical, E for electrical, L for light, T for thermal, S for sound.
That helps a lot. MELTS. I'll remember that.
Mechanical energy is the energy of motion. If it has moving parts, then it is using mechanical energy.
What about my bike? I love riding it, but it has moving wheels and pedals.
Girl, that is perfect. Although, I can do one better. See.
Dr. Samira opened a door that led into a massive room.
Wow. You have a roller coaster in your studio.
Honey, I'm an inventor. That is not just any roller coaster. It is the first roller coaster that travels through different dimensions.
Wow.
And if you master all the different forms of energy, I'll even let you ride that.
Then I'll master them all.
That a girl. Professor Lagrange warned me that you might even be better than I was at your age. But first, you need to know about energy. Electrical energy is the energy of flowing electrons. It is a very helpful energy source for an inventor. Any invention that uses batteries and a cord that plugs into a wall outlet uses electrical energy.
I know a good example, Dr. Semira. My tablet needs to be charged, so I think it uses electrical energy.
Girl. Keep it going, then.
Well. Microwaves, light bulbs, televisions, and electric cars.
Now on to light. There is no better place than the Hall of Light Inventions.
They rode in a cart to a faraway room. At first it was pitch black, then she switched on the electricity and the lights started shining brightly.
Light energy is the energy that allows us to see. Without it the world would look like this. There is much more to light that I will show you later, but for now remember that light always travels in a straight line.
Got it. Straight line.
Thermal energy is heat energy. We use this energy to keep ourselves warm during cold seasons and to cook our food. There are natural and artificial sources of heat, the sun, and geothermal sources such as magma and lava. And fires are all natural sources of thermal energy. On the other hand, ovens, microwaves, and water heaters are sources of artificial heat.
They traveled by robots using giant furnaces to make new inventions.
Heat energy always travels from the warmer object to the colder object. For example, when you hold your hand over fire, you can feel the heat moving from the fire, to the air, to your hands. Heat moves. It can travel very easily through thermal conductors. These are materials that allow heat to pass. Metals and glass are good thermal conductors. This is why we use them to design pots and pans for cookware. On the other hand, heat does not pass easily through thermal insulators. Good insulators are wood, rubber, plastic, and cotton.
Is that why all the pots at my house have handles made of wood, rubber and plastic?
Right. The heat from the fire or heat coil travel through the metal or glass pot to the food and cooks it. It also travels up the handle, so you need an insulator to stop the heat from burning your hand. And do you know why we make our winter coats out of cotton and plastic as well?
Amelia thought about that. She understood that cotton and plastic did not let heat pass through it. But that did not explain why that kept the body warm.
Your body produces a great amount of heat. Normally, because heat moves from the warmer to the cooler, the heat escapes your body and moves out into the cold air, making you feel cold. Insulators like cotton and plastic stop that from happening by keeping your body heat in your body.
That's amazing. I didn't know that.
Here. It's a gift. This is my very own coat design. It will keep your body comfortable in any environment, because it adjusts how much heat it allows to pass through it. If it is hot outside, it will make your body feel cool by allowing more of your body heat to pass. If it is freezing cold outside, it will let none of your body heat escape so you'll feel quite comfortable.
I love it.
Now on to the last form of energy. This is one of my favorites. Sound is the energy of vibrations. Without sound energy, the world would be quiet. No more music. No more sounds of nature. Or hearing the voices of your friends and family. Take this orchestra of musician robots that I created. They are playing the instruments way over there. But how can I hear them way over here?
I don't know how, but the sound must be able to move somehow.
That's the right track, girl. Listen carefully. Sound travels by vibrations. The instruments vibrate the air around them, and the particles of air vibrate the particles closest to them. And in this way they bounce into the next particle, and then the next one after that, traveling from the instrument to your eardrum.
Amelia couldn't believe it.
So, all sounds that I hear, including your voice, are the result of vibrations traveling from the source to my ears.
You got it. Now listen carefully, my little inventor. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed from one type to another. Here's a great example. A television set uses electrical energy to run, but there is energy transfer, see? The electrical energy is transferred to other forms of energy. Take a guess which other types of energy the TV produces.
Well, I see all the light and colors, so it produces light energy. And I hear the sounds, so it must produce sound too.
Yes, but if you feel close to the TV, you will find that it is also warm.
I feel it. So TVs also produce thermal energy.
I think that will do for today's lesson. Now, for homework, you'll need to analyze these inventions to discover what energy type is being used and what energy types are being produced.
She pointed to a warehouse full of Dr. Samira's inventions. Amelia wanted to complain about the homework, but she answered,
Yes, ma'am.
and immediately started on the gigantic task.